Hey guys, today I'm going to be doing a story time video. And I did my birth story. That was the first video I ever uploaded on my YouTube channel. But I've been watching a lot of YouTubers that do these story times about stories about events in their lives, which is super, super like awesome. And I love listening to them. So today I'm going to be sharing a story of, I don't know how to describe it. When I first met Austin's family, um, oh my goodness. Okay, so there's gonna be two parts to this story. Well, actually, I'm gonna do it all in this video, but it's kind of like confusing, so I'm gonna have to explain some of it. So, the first time I met Austin's family was the second time that me and Austin had ever hung out with each other. So this was me and Austin started talking around Christmas time. So his dad and his stepmom threw this huge Christmas celebration at their house, and he invited me to go with him. And we weren't boyfriend or girlfriend at this time. We were just talking, like in the talking stage. So I went, and there were so many people there, family, friends, neighbors, so many people there. And it was very, very overwhelming for me. Like, I remember his dad even like pulling me aside, pulling Austin aside, saying like, I can't believe like you brought her here, like with all these people. Like, and I'm very introverted, I guess, when it comes to being in person with people. When it comes to being like over text, over the phone, speaking to a camera, like on YouTube and stuff, I'm totally not an introverted type person. But I'd rather be alone, and I have a very small group of friends. So I would call myself an introvert. So it was super overwhelming. So Austin had brought homemade chocolate and then these cookies. So I remember being in the kitchen and like rolling these balls to make these cookies. And yeah, well, the most embarrassing part of the night, oh my goodness, I can't even believe I'm gonna say this. Okay, so we were playing, what is the game? Pictionary. We were playing Pictionary, and it was my turn to go up on this dry erase board and draw my picture. Well, the picture that I had to draw was kennel. But I was so nervous because there were so many people there that I did not know. I was overwhelmed, and I get like stage fright. So it's just me up there drawing this picture. So when I see kennel, I think of kernel, like a popcorn kernel. So I'm up there trying to draw popcorn kernels and not kennel like it says on the Pictionary card, like kennel, like a dog kennel. But no, I'm stupid, nervous, overwhelmed, so I think popcorn kernel. So I'm up there, and I remember drawing like a, a stove and like a pot, and like putting like drawing little circles like inside of the pot. And like, of course, nobody guessed it because first off, I can't draw. Second, it doesn't even say kernel, it says kennel. So yeah, nobody guessed it. So then, like, of course, the time ran out, and everyone was like, oh, what was it? And I was like, kennel. And they were like, oh, okay. Probably thinking this chick is an idiot. So that was so embarrassing. So, so, so embarrassing. And I don't know if Austin's dad or Becky, which is his stepmom, watch these videos. But if you do, hi. And I think I remember telling you, like, when they came to Hawaii, I think I remember, like, telling them, like, oh my gosh, I don't know if you remember this, but I was so embarrassed. Because during that time, of course, it was weird. Me and Austin weren't dating yet. We were talking. But now I have a pretty good relationship with them now that we're married and we have a kid together. But so it was so awkward for me. So that was the first time I met his dad and his stepmom, which all of his siblings were there. So it was super, super awkward. Okay, so fast forward a few days. I don't know, some of you that are watching my channel don't know a lot about me or a lot about like my marriage. Austin proposed to me after 3 days of dating. 3 days of dating, he proposed to me. Yep, that's crazy. You don't have to comment below and tell me it's crazy because I know it's crazy and I don't recommend it to everyone, but I feel like a very select few of people that are mature and can handle, moving away from your family and that sort of thing, then it's okay. If you're not stuck in a 19-year-old mindset, because I think when you're 19 years old, you're not ready to get married. But there are, people in this world that for being 19 years old, which I was 19 when he proposed, you're super mature. So, and for me, that was my case. I was not into partying or, anything a normal 19 college student was doing. I was into doing my college schoolwork, and yeah, if I wanted a boyfriend or something, it was going to be long term. I did not want it to be like a fling. So that was that. He proposed after 3 days. So I don't know this full story of how his mom found out. I don't know if Austin specifically called her and told her, or if she had heard it through the grapevine, if his dad had told her, because I'm pretty sure he told his dad before he told his mom. I'm not sure, because his dad lives in the town that we lived in. His mom lived in Texas at the time. So, yeah, so anyways, he gets a call from his mom, and his mom's like, blah blah blah, I need to meet her because she's never met me before. So that was super crazy. So she lived in Texas, so we drove New Year's Day. Yeah, New Year's Day we drove to Alabama to meet her halfway. We stayed in a hotel for 2 nights. I met her. We went to a restaurant the first night, and several times of us staying in the hotel, his mom had called and was like, come down here to the lobby. Like, I need to talk to you. Of course, like, it was overwhelming, and she wanted to know what in that flying fladoodle he was thinking, being 21 years old and proposing like to this girl that he's only been dating for 3 days. Which, if Mia ever did that, oh my goodness, I would go nuts. And at that time, to me, it wasn't a huge deal. But now that I'm a mother, oh my gosh, like, no. But yeah, so a couple times she had like called him and said, "Oh, can you come down?" Because we were like in the, we were in the room and stuff. Because we did go to dinner. I remember sitting in the lobby and like talking to her. She brought homemade like soaps for me, and I think we were watching like The Bachelorette or whatever in the lobby. And then like we went and did like a couple tours of like some battleships and stuff like that. So we spent time together, and she got to know me, but not well enough to where I guess she was comfortable with her son, the only child she has, getting married. So it was crazy. It was crazy. And, she was probably probably an emotional mess. I can only imagine, which I would have been an emotional mess. So I can't blame her. And during that time, like, I don't think, and I'm not saying this because I love his parents. I love Roger. I love Becky. I love Jackie. Like, I love all of them. But I think at that time they did not have a lot of faith in our relationship. Like, I think they hoped it would work out. They hoped that he wouldn't propose, us get married, and it be some awful mistake. But I don't think they had a lot of faith. But now we've almost been together for, I think it's going on 2 years in December. So it's going to almost be 2 years, over a year of marriage. We have a baby. We have Mia, who's 9 months, over 9 months. So I think now that they know me and that they've both sides of his family, like his dad, his stepmom, and his mom, have been here to Hawaii, and they've hung out with me, and they've gotten a real chance to like build a relationship with me. It it's great. It really is, and I'm so grateful for them. I really am. I love them. Um, so, but yeah, so it was crazy. So I and I'm not getting on here to tell you, oh, you should get engaged at 19 years old, because I am not saying that, because 90% of the people that are probably young, married, engaged, whatever it is, you're probably not ready. Not at all. Um like I was saying earlier, a certain group, select few of people that are that young, are ready to get married. You have to have a certain mindset, you have to be mature, and because when you're 19 and 21, you're still in the phase of you're growing up, you're finding who you are. You've only been graduated from high school for a couple years. All your friends are in these partying phases, college phases. For Austin, he was in the Navy. So if you know anything about military, like, I love our military, but some of them are partiers and whatnot. But he was not like that, and I was not like that. So you put two people who aren't, into doing, getting drunk and partying and messing around all the time, um, then yeah, it can work. It can work if you. Another thing is communication, because when you're young, even when you're older, I think there's a lack of communication in relationships. Any relationship, just not romantic relationships. It's, relationships with your friends, with your family. You have to have that communication. Especially for me in Austin, he moved to Hawaii, and I wasn't moving to Hawaii until later. So it was a month later, and then I moved. So I think for us, we needed to, like, especially since we were only dating for 3 days after he proposed, that was rough. And time zone is awful because Hawaii is 6 hours behind Florida. So by the time he got off work at like 8 o'clock, I was sleeping. So multiple times, like every night, I would set my alarm for like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning just so I could call him or text him. Yeah, so it was rough. But so that is the story of how and when I met Austin's family, when he proposed. Um, yes. So, if you want or like these videos, if you want me to do more story times, because I have so many of them, comment below and tell me what stories you'd like to hear, and I will definitely do them. If you guys like this video, please do a thumbs up, please subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!